Hey guys, welcome back. It is Saturday. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. It is round 2 of Crucible, season 17, week 5. Now we did end up losing yesterday, apparently to a extremely nice viewer of ours. So definitely want to congratulate our opponent Angus and wish you luck in round 2, my friend. Now, round 2, we are up against Room Boy. If you see this, good luck to you. If I'm a little out of breath, guys, bear with me. I just finished working out, so I'm a little bit tight on time tonight, so I didn't really have a whole lot of time to settle down and relax first. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at ranking. We are, of course, down here. We are going to be facing about a 20-30 mil punch-up. Now let's see what we're up against on defense. We have Cabal, Gladiator, and Thanos. Now, of course, Cabal stops any type of death proofs, so that's going to definitely be affecting us in Room 1. Of course, we have Insidious 6 in Room 2. We've got Phoenix Force with Null, Songbird, and Black Knight in Room 3. Hellfire, Room 4. Professor X, Fantastic Four with APOC, and then we have Night Stalkers with Super Skrull in Room 6. All right, now we did... I think we made a decent error in here yesterday when we were playing that room. We may end up trying that again, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, so essentially what we're going to do here is we're not going to make the same mistake that we made yesterday. And we're going to go ahead and jump in here to this room. What we're going to do here is a burn attack. And then we're going to come in and try to clean it up with a mortal. We're going to go ahead and use Orcus here. Our main goal here is to drag some ultimates out of Franklin and Invisible Woman, and then pull Professor X's special. So let's go ahead and jump in here and see if Orcus can sustain long enough to be able to do that. All right. Now, for any of you guys that are interested, I am going to be releasing the last 2 sections of DD8, which is going to be the Insidious 6. I'm going to be testing them in DD8. And then I'm going to be testing out Vigilante in the hero section. I don't think we're going to survive. All right, Orcus is apparently way weaker than I suspected. So probably that's not going to be a good thing for us. And quite frankly, I think we're probably going to have to... yeah, we're going to have to do a second burn attack, because that definitely did not go as we had planned. Let's see. Professor X is going to create some issues for sure. Let me think about this for a second. I think I might go ahead and try this and throw Quasar in here. Yeah, let's try this out. Worst case scenario, we will have a second burn attack and then bring in a mortal. But I've really been wanting to try this against this team, so we're going to try it out right now and see what happens. All right. Okay, so now we'll be able to come in and clean this up real easy with a mortal. Now, I do think that that would have worked had I pulled Professor X's special in the first attack. But, of course, we wouldn't have had to try it because a mortal would work no problem. Probably should have used that team on the first attack because they would have survived long enough to pull his special. I really felt like Orcus would be able to stay alive, but apparently not. Okay. Let's go ahead and spread the stun here. Very good. Let's go ahead and rewind Professor X. And what do we got? 15? Yeah, that should do it. Or at least do it good enough. All right, there we go. So that was no problem whatsoever. Now the main thing is if we can get through the rest of this without dropping another attack, I think we'll probably have a pretty good shot at victory because our team that we have on defense, they're going to have a really hard time beating that without Professor X and Fantastic Four. So as long as we don't make any silly mistakes at this state in the game, then we'll probably be okay. Oh, let's see. You know, I really want to try. All right, we're going to switch this up because I want to try something here. Trying to get a feel for what teams beat what. And I feel like Night Stalkers with Big Time will beat this team, but we're going to have to try it to find out, and better me to test it than you. Okay, looks like we know that won't work, which is astonishing to me because they're like the slowest team ever put together. But apparently that doesn't work. So I've had 2 or 3 people asking me about that, and so I figured we would try it and see what happens there. Clearly, it doesn't work well. So we're going to try them again here. I think I made a mistake yesterday and did not tack blade right out of the gate, so that's what we're going to do and see if that changes things a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of that taunt. Very good. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and go after blade. Okay, and hopefully this will get rid of him. Which it did not. So I may have totally been wrong in that idea. Which clearly I was. All right. Well, at least I know that that is not, with sus in there, the additional health that he gives them, that is just not going to work. I kind of had some doubts that yesterday I attacked Oath and I should have attacked Blade. But clearly that didn't have any effect whatsoever. So we're going to have to bring in somebody other than Big Time for that mirror with sus in there. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and jump in here and use Accursed. Yeah, we're going to use Accursed in here. All right, let's jump in here. Believe it or not, it may seem like it's going really, really, really bad. However, I think there is a high probability that they're going to really struggle with our defense. But we'll find out. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead. Oh, that's not great. I was hoping to be past that. Okay. We might be able to kill him. Let's try it and see what happens. All right, very good. All right. Easy peasy. No issues there. All right, let's jump into what do we think is going to be the next biggest issue, which I think is going to be here. And we are going to go ahead and use Star Jammers here and see how this goes. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can get rid of his taunt. We did, that's perfect. Let's go over here. All right, we'll definitely take the ability block there. Let's go ahead and keep working on Omega. Okay, very good. And yeah, I think we're going to keep working on Omega here. Okay, he's gone. That's great. All right. And of course, now we're going to slow this down and see how this goes. All right, very good. So I will see you guys back in about 10 seconds. All right, guys, we are back for the last 10 seconds, and then we will be moving on. All right. Very good. Obviously, that hurts with the efficiency at the end, but we will take it. Way better than the efficiency loss of Omega ripping our faces off. All right, so now, let's see. You know, it's just, I can't help myself. All right, I need to try. I need to know whether Vigilante will beat this too. So we're going to be, this is a science round. We've got to figure out, we know Immortal X-Men will beat this. We need to know whether Vigilante will beat it. We got to figure out how cheap we can get through this team. So if I have to take a couple losses to figure it out, so be it. Okay. Well, Vigilante won't beat it either. Vigilante's kind of getting to the point where they're becoming pretty useless. All right. Let's go ahead and see if they will clean this up. I've got to find a use for them somewhere, right? All right. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this up real quick. It doesn't really matter which one we kill. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, let's try this out. Should speed up Ultimus pretty quick with the taunt. Okay. Let's go ahead and special. We definitely needed the critical. There's Ultimus. Okay, let's get going. We need Namor to go immediately, if not sooner. And of course, he got slow on the last hit. Okay. Boy, this has just been a round of things not going my way. If Namor did not get slow on that very last hit of Azazel, I think that goes a lot different. Oh, man. Gotta love RNG, right? Okay, let's make sure that we beat this room real quick. We definitely don't want to take any chances there. And let's see who else we want to bring in here. All right. This has actually been a pretty fun round. Trying out some new stuff, seeing what's going to work and what's not going to work. Obviously, we would prefer those things to go our way when we're trying out new things, but we can live with it. Okay. So it appears that about the only team that can beat this team so far is Immortal X-Men, and they walk all over them. I'm sure Starjammers won't have any problems with them, but clearly that didn't go our way. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and... Ooh. I can tell you who I'm going to use here for the fun of it. We're going to use this as an opportunity to try some different things on these newer teams. Mostly because I don't see why not. All right, so we're going to try Secret Warriors. Believe it or not, there's a method to my madness. I really do not think they're going to clear. Well, now it doesn't matter because I didn't clear a room. I wasn't planning on dropping a room. But I really didn't think that they would clear my my Professor X room. So I really wasn't too worried about dropping some attacks. But I ultimately did not think that I would drop that that room with Insidious 6. Okay. All right, let's get refreshed here. Let's go ahead and work on getting rid of her. Okay, there goes Emma. Okay. We need to get rid of Azazel before he does his ult and brings someone back. Let's go over here. Nice. All right. So I think we have learned that Secret Warriors does a really good job against Hellfire, which is awesome. Great. I will take that all day long. I don't even care if I lose the round. We found something new. I was actually planning on using them last round, and I forgot because obviously I wasn't prepared at all last round. But yeah, that's awesome. So we did find out that Secret Warriors works against Hellfire Club with Shadow King. It's pretty good news. It will work really well once our last guy there, whose name I can't remember, gets built up a little bit. So obviously we probably lost. However, we did get to try quite a few things, which I like. We barely lost. So let's jump in here. All right, obviously no issues there. Disaster train here. You really need, so far, you need access to Immortal to beat this team. Because their team's tiny. And they walked all over every one of these teams, which is crazy because they're slow. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I was doing testing in the city section of Professor X, and they're terrible in there as a full team, and my team is completely built out. All of them are 2 or 3 diamonds all of them are 2 or 3 diamonds, and couldn't get through the city section because they are so slow. But somehow they work against 2 of the fastest teams that we have in the game here in Crucible, which is weird, but it's true. Immortal doesn't have any issues with them. I'm sure Starjammers won't have any issues with them. But my recommendation is just make sure that you have Immortal available. All right. Of course, Starjammers worked there. This did not work, but Secret Warriors did, which is kind of cool. All right, and then, of course, we did finish this up after 2 burn attacks, which would have only been 1 burn attack if I would have used a bigger team and we would have pulled Professor X's special, which we did not. All right, and then, of course, we tried that again going after Blade first. Moral of the story, doesn't work. All right, let's check out what they did. They did not beat this room, which I did not think they would. However, I also wasn't planning on dropping the Insidious 6 room. I'm sure nobody has done that besides me so far. But there you go. Okay. Very good. And then, let's see, they used Starjammers against Hellfire. Bet you they didn't know they could use Secret Warriors. And then, you know what? I never even thought of that. Okay, well, that's good to know. Even though I lost this round, I did learn a couple cool things. Secret Warriors is a good combative to Hellfire Club, and I also did not know that a super tiny regular Illuminati would beat a completely maxed out Insidious 6, but now I do. So now I don't have to worry about that anymore. And now all of you do as well if you didn't know. All right, so with that being said, we did lose, learned a lot, had fun. Hope you guys did as well, and I hope you guys learned something. Room Boy, if you see this, congrats. Good luck next round. I'm just going to hope that I can learn a little something next round and also not go 0-3. But if we do, no big deal. There's always next weekend. So with that being said, guys, hope you have an awesome night. Of course, we'll be back again tomorrow. And either tonight or tomorrow, I'll be dropping those other 2 videos on DD8. So be watching for them if that's something you're interested in. And of course, guys, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe if you have not, ring the notification bell if you have not, share this video with your friends if you think they could get some value. And until the next video, guys, stay positive and enjoy the game.